Good evening, everyone. This is Bill Breeden. Welcome to Constellation Tour number 11. Tonight we're going to go over the constellation Boötes, also known as the Herdsman. We have Stellarium set up for a naked eye field of view of 60 degrees. And the date set at May 1st and the time set at 9:48 p.m. So we are in mid-spring. We're simulating mid-spring here tonight. And to find Boötes the Herdsman, you want to look due south. Let's just start by looking due south. And let's start by finding the bright star Arcturus. So let's look way high up in the sky. And if you look pretty much, you need to look almost overhead, and it may be easier. Here, let's do this. It's pretty high up. It might be easier to look in the northeast and find the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper in the springtime is pretty high up. So you want to follow the handle of the Big Dipper, and the handle of the Big Dipper forms an arc. And in amateur astronomy, we say arc to Arcturus. The arc of the Big Dipper's handle will take you right to Arcturus if you continue following it. And Arcturus tonight is in the east-southeast, pretty high up. Let's see how high up it is. It's 50 degrees up, so it's pretty far up. Arcturus is one of the brightest stars in the night sky. I think it's the 4th brightest. And that actually marks, here, let's click on it. That's actually Alpha Boötes, and that marks the alpha star in the constellation we're looking for. So let's put our constellation lines on. And you can see here what you want to look for is this asterism of stars that's shaped like a kite. That is Boötes the Herdsman, and the bright star at the bottom where the tail of the kite would be tied onto it is Arcturus. So let's look at the area of the sky where Boötes the Herdsman lives. It's this whole area right here, and it's definitely dominated by Arcturus. And it has some smaller constellations next to it. It has Corona Borealis on one side. It has Coma Berenices on the other. It's just above Virgo and just below Ursa Major and Draco. So it's definitely dominated by Arcturus, and that's what you want to use to find it. So Boötes is highest in the sky during the late spring and early summer, basically May, June, and July, the best times of year to observe Boötes the Herdsman. So there are no Messier objects in Boötes, but there are several double stars. In fact, Boötes is a double star treasure trove. You can pretty much point your telescope to any of these stars in the kite asterism and find a double star. So let's look at this second brightest one here. That's Izar, or Epsilon Boötes, and this is a really good double star. It's magnitude 2.5. It's located about 200 light years from Earth. So let's have a look at that through the finder. Now, with a field of view of about 6 degrees, you can see a bright companion right over here, just about a degree away from epsilon. So that makes a really nice pairing. But you can also look at this through an eyepiece, and you can actually fit the pair there as well. And it's kind of a differentiation in color. You have a whitish star and kind of a gold star, so kind of white and gold. Izar is pretty to look at, so have a look at that. Okay, now let's go over it again a little bit. Boötes is kind of a hard constellation to visualize, so let's do that again. And here's your kite asterism here, and here's the handle of the Big Dipper, and you arc to Arcturus. So here's your kite asterism right here, and here's the double star Izar. Okay, let's look for another double star in Boötes, and that would be Kappa Boötes. Now it's right below the arcing handle of the Big Dipper. And you can see it's just over the border from the Big Dipper, and it's over here in Boötes. So let's have a look at Kappa through the finder. And you can see that this part of the sky is really mesmerizing. You've got all these pairings of stars here, triangles and all kinds of neat stuff. So let's look through the eyepiece. Now, a low power eyepiece isn't splitting it. Let's see if we have any better look with a higher power eyepiece. Yeah, we can split Kappa. Kappa is actually pretty easy to split with a medium power eyepiece in reality. Software doesn't show that very well, but it is. Just give it a try. Okay, let's return to our naked eye view. And let's try another double star, Boötes. And before we go any farther, let's make it a little darker. There we go. This is a view of this area of the sky from a dark location. Okay, so let's find Mu. And the software does list Mu Boötes as a double star. It's magnitude 4.3, located 116 light years from Earth. And here's our view through the finder. And again, you have a lot of really neat pairings. Here's a pair here, there's one here, there's another pair here, there's another pair here. Plenty of pairs to feast your eyes on when observing stars in this part of the sky. And here we can just split Mu Boötes. Let's see what this one is. This was Mu 2, and this is Mu 1. Yeah, okay, so Mu 1 and Mu 2. So this is the double star here, and as a bonus you get a third member here. So very nice treat in the eyepiece. Okay, there are no Messier objects in Boötes. There are no notable NGC objects that we're going to look for tonight. So this concludes my tour of Boötes the Herdsman. Good night and good seeing.